Hello, how's it going? We're just going to give her a couple more minutes to see how many people funnel through here. Hello. Can everyone see my screen there? Let me know in the chat if you see that. I also see that there's a spelling mistake. Oh, come on here. Oh. I think I got that one right. Eternal Blue. I think that's the right one. Okay, great. I can see that. Thank you. Okay. Well, I'll give it a couple more minutes. We'll see how many more people show up here. And then we'll get into it. Actually, first up here, for the people who are here early, I'll give you guys a quick setup here quickly. If you guys can set up a account on this site here, I'll give you the TryHackMe. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me know if this link works here. Make sure that you guys are signed up for this. This is where we'll be doing the lab. So if you can sign up for that, and it should be free, you shouldn't have to pay anything. So make sure that if it asks for your credit card, just go, no, thank you. It is a cool service to pay for too. I mean, I'll get into that later, but it's definitely just get the free version. That's all we need for this little workshop we got going on. So that is good. So let me know if you guys get through that, if you have any issues. But yeah, good to get started on that while I go through these slides here. We'll give it a couple more minutes. I think 7:05 we'll start, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, if you have some time here, sign up here. I'm just trying to make sure people hear me when I say this here too. Yeah, sign up, set up an account. It might make you go through like a little tutorial thing. You might be able to bypass it. If not, just set up an account, and then I'll give you the direct link to what actual lab we want to be working on. So that is all good. This is, so if you sign up, if you set up an account, just go to this room here too. And that's where we'll be starting for our workshop. And yeah, we can kind of walk through that whole process there. Now we got 7 people now. Oh, done with signing up. Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, if you can just navigate to the blue room and get it set up there, like just sit there. You don't have to get anything going, but we'll walk through the whole thing together. But if you want to go ahead, you can go ahead too. Like there's tons of, I'll be just kind of going through it together here too. So awesome. Yeah, for anyone new that just joined in here, please use those links in the chat there to sign up. And sign up for tryhackme.com. This is a cybersecurity skills platform where we get like hands-on labs to work on like actually like learning how to hack and like do different schools. Because funny enough, the cybersecurity kind of roles, and if you ever want a job in cybersecurity, you need to know how the hackers think and like how they create malware and stuff like that. Like, so like basically knowing how to do this stuff will definitely benefit for sure. So yeah, don't be scared about the name of it. It's just a learning platform. You're not going to get hacked. Anyone new who just joined, please let me know if you guys can see those links in the chat there to sign up. But if not, we'll get into it here. We got 10 people. That's a good amount. Actually, good turnout so far. 7:05. So I kind of want to get started just to make sure we have enough time for everything here. So let me know if there's any issues, and I will try to keep an eye on chat here. But first, so as you can see, cybersecurity training with TryHackMe. That's what we're going to be doing today. Little workshop. So if you never heard of TryHackMe, it's a cybersecurity. Okay, awesome, Jaden. Thank you. It's a cybersecurity training platform to learn skills, hacking tools. Like they have actual like job pathways. So if you wanted to like a SOC engineer, or I think they had like some like analyst, like so analysts as well. Like those are basically like the people who first get like the malware and like will analyze what's going on, like how the proof of concept of anything, of how the hackers get into things at least too. So there's tons of platform. I'll get into like showing the platform and everything like that too. But yeah, it's definitely cool to look and do for sure. But for this workshop, we're just going to go through a quick little Windows hack. So this was back in the day. We had an issue with the SNMP port being exposed and allowing remote code execution. So if you don't know what that means, it's something bad, at least, that bad actors can, if they get a connection to your PC, they can send the whatever payload they want and get actual execution context and be able to act as an administrator. So we'll actually do that in a live demo too. So if you follow along, we'll go through that. And yeah, so I'll just get into it. But yeah, agenda, what is TryHackMe? I kind of got into a little bit of it, but I'll kind of explain a little more. And then who should use TryHackMe? Same as what I was kind of going through, but skip by. And how to set up an account walkthrough. And then Blue Room, and then we'll go through our walkthrough actually doing the hack, and then summary and Q&A if there's any issues with that too. Yeah, great. So what is TryHackMe? Like I said, online learning platform for cybersecurity, provides hands-on gamified learning experiences where we're actually doing the thing, doing hacking, doing cybersecurity, what people in cybersecurity would be actually doing. And it offers like a lot of labs, virtual machines. They have a bunch of CFTs, CTFs, which are just capture the flags, like kind of like little challenges and that stuff. And like there's tons of stuff to do for free there, but the paid experience gives you full access to everything and full unlimited access to their little virtualization VM, which is what we're going to be using. It's very handy, very easy to get set up, but it has all the hacking tools and everything like that too. So that's a cool thing for sure. And yeah, who should use TryHackMe? So students learning cybersecurity, IT professionals learning to expand their kit skills, anyone that's interested in cybersecurity pretty much, and like security enthusiasts wanting to learn it in a fun way. It's just pretty much like if you are wanting to get a job in cybersecurity, it's not mandatory. I know but when I was personally looking for a job, and I currently work in cybersecurity, that like when they seen that the stuff that I was working on in TryHackMe, it was very like good on my resume for that they were able to see that there was a lot of tools that were like not many people worked with, and like kind of just having that exposure to it, because you don't have to be a professional in any tool at all, but just having the exposure in Linux and everything like that too is very handy for sure. But yeah, that's the little gist there. Yeah, so I think I already so if anyone who's just joined recently now, I was trying to get people to join in early, but the way to set up TryHackMe, just navigate to the TryHackMe page, click join for free, and set up your account. So, and I think they have some onboarding questions. So if you go through those, then that would be good. After the workshop, you guys can go through the cybersecurity 101. That's going to be the first one that's going to try to force onto you. But if not, if you can, if you want to just join on with us and go through the Blue Room, we will just do that. So that would be good. And then, yeah, if you can click that link in the chat there, I'll send it again here. And that should get you right to the Blue Room, and you should be ready to go for what our walkthrough is going to be. So anyone have any issues with that, let me know. I am still keeping an eye on chat. So Trying to keep everything all managed here for that. I wonder if I can take this away, but here. Okay, cool. So we're making good time for sure. I'll give a little bit of an overview of what Blue Room is. Some people might be a little bit confused of what it's going to be showing us and what we're going to be doing, but basically we're going to have access to a Linux virtualized machine on the internet, so on their web interface there. So we're actually able to control a Linux machine that's on their servers, so TryHackMe servers, and that's our hack box basically. So that's our attack box. So it has all of our hacking tools, any tools that we need to do this exploit, and basically has a bunch of tools for us to be able to like have everything we need, so we don't need to worry about it. And then the machine that we're going to be trying to get into is another virtual machine on their server that they basically host up for us quickly, that we can use for an hour, and that we can try to get into them for an hour. And then I know the free tier, you get only a certain amount of time for that, but so I think you can only do that once a day. But if you have the paid version, you can do it as many times as you want. You can do as many as you want. So that's the kind of like the differences between them. But yeah, the tools that we're going to be using, at least mainly in this, are going to be Nmap, which, if you don't know, that's basically a tool that allows us to scan ports of devices that are on networks. So this is going to allow us to actually see what port we're going to be exploiting and like see if a device is vulnerable. So you shouldn't be nmapping things willy-nilly, because that is technically hacking for sure. Like people could sometimes, like, there's always scanners going around. So just to stop, you don't want to have a scanner going all the time and start scanning a bunch of random people. Definitely not a good thing. I would not recommend. But it's definitely a cool tool to use in this isolated environment that we got for sure. And then Metaxploit. This is a hacking tool, like straight up, like live payloads and actual exploits that we can just search, and it makes it really easy, surprisingly easy if you're not used to this stuff, but it makes it surprisingly easy to just basically load a payload, quick command, use payload ... and then basically set up the IPs that we need to connect to, and then just hit run, and it does it all automatically. So bit scary stuff, but that's definitely it's cool to learn for sure, because this is what we're dealing with. Like, as if you ever want to be on the blue team, you're dealing with hackers who have access to all these tools that make their lives so much easier and make our lives harder. So that's kind of the uphill battle, but it's a definitely you want to learn, and if you're interested in that stuff, then that's what you want to be able to know, and how you want to understand how these hackers are doing this for sure. And then Linux. So there's going to be a little bit of Linux here. I'll help through any commands if anyone's confused, but it's pretty simple commands we got. And TryHackMe helps with this too. So I would not worry too much about that. But yeah, so here, I think this is the walkthrough slide. Yeah, here we go. So I hope you guys were able to get into that room there. If not, you guys can just walk through here. We have a recording of this, so if you want to see this later, and there's tons of walkthroughs like that are all over. Like, there's a walkthrough on Medium. I have a Medium article here too. I'll send this actually in here. If anyone's getting far ahead and they get stuck, they can go through a Medium walkthrough of it. I have that up right now because it's kind of funky, some of the stuff you need to do, and it's kind of like you got to try to answer the questions, but like they try to make it very easy. But yeah, there's tons of walkthroughs, tons of resources for us to use. But yeah, that's the gist of it. And yeah, there's the Blue Room, there's the Medium article, and we'll get into it now, and I'll just do it live. Let's share this tab instead. Okay, can everyone see my screen on TryHackMe? Yes, thank you, Jaden. Thank you, Sood. Wonderful. This is a trick. I mean, it's just basically you can only do it once a day. So like it's good to pay. I was paying for like almost a year last year when I was looking for a job, and I was like trying to get into cybersecurity. So I was working through all this stuff. I did pay for it for a while, and it's very handy because it lets you use as much as possible. But for right now, we can just go free. We don't need to worry about it. So as you can see, this is a 30-minute one. Should be pretty easy, relatively easy. It's definitely a little bit challenging if you've never done any of this before, but if you have, it's very easy to get into it, and it's just pretty much just running commands at this point. But we'll see what happens here. So Yeah, so as you can see, this is going to set up our virtual environment. So the attack box, this is what I was talking to, and you'll see as we started here that it's going to basically load up a little like Linux virtual machine for us to use side by side while we're doing this. So that's the cool thing. And it makes it very easy. So like it makes it very easy to pay for it, because once you get access to this and being able to do it like instantly, then you make it way easier on yourself that you don't have to connect to VPN and get it all set up. But that's the thing, at least too. I think you can do it pretty much almost for free, a lot of these, but not trying to advertise because I did pay for it at some point. So it's definitely a cool resource for sure. But as these load up, I'll talk a bit here. We'll kind of go through like what this one was. Yeah, just talking about how to start it, and may take a few minutes. Yep, professionals will likely get little out of this room beyond basic practice and process here. So it's beginner focus. So that's good, at least for us. They have a bunch of different, so like they have some sequels and that stuff to the boxes. Oh yeah, you can download the virtual machine used in this room. So, and then these are the questions. Basically, the styles are just like basic questions, and then you got to answer them, and then you can submit them, and there's hints for them as well. I like using this hint for sure. This one's a nice one for sure. This one shows how Nmap's working. So, and just sends us an Nmap command, and then we can just run that, and it gives us the right answer, and it's handy for sure. So, is everyone kind of in this spot loading up? If anyone's having any issues, yeah, great. Wonderful. I see that. Wonderful. We got 89%, 90. There's our target IP address. So that's going to be the vulnerable machine that we're going to be trying to get into here. So we got 58 minutes, so that means we got the timer on. So this is it just creates a first little terminal, just giving you you can read this stuff. I don't know if I've read this in my, it kind of just shows like the different tools and web shells and word lists that we got. So word lists are actually for brute forcing. So that's very handy as well when we get into some more complicated boxes for sure. But here, we'll just get this started up. So a terminal, this is going to be what you're going to mainly be using in Linux and in these TryHackMe labs for sure. Like these are what are going to help you for sure. So I'm just going to grab this nmap command. This pretty much just allows us to run a script that uses nmap to check for vulnerabilities on ports. So, and this just basically makes extra verbose. And then this is basically, we'll check every single open port it'll check its version with that script here. And then that script will check for vulnerabilities on the IP. So here, we'll just throw this in. I just go up here, copy my attack IP. And Control V doesn't work. I always mess that up, but it's like just basically got to do a control, like right click and then paste, and that's going to help you there. So as this loads, funny enough, a lot of this like tools and boxes, like it's a lot of like somewhat waiting around. Basically, you're just running tools and then you're looking at what the output is, and then that's how you progress further pretty much. So it all kind of steps through that. You can see this is going through scanning all the open ports. Let's see if we can answer any of these questions here. Oh, these are just scanning the services here. So this should be all the ports here. So how many ports are under 1,000? So we can only see 1, 2, that's over 1,000. So 445, 135, and 139. That looks like the only ones that are under 1,000. So we'll check and see if this works here. Bingo. First one question completed. And so we're just waiting for it to scan all the services here. But that's the answer for the first two if you haven't got that yet. And we're going to go through 5 different tasks. Some may take a little bit longer, but basically gaining access, escalating our privileges. So when we get access, we'll want to bring our privileges to administrator. So that's what we want to do. And then basically just cracking and trying to find our password / anything with that there too, and finding our flags. So the cracking lets us get into a user's account, and then the flags. Where did you get the nmap script from? So I clicked on the hint here, the hint for scan the machine. It shows right here the command that I just used. Oh, you got that? Okay, great. Yeah, that's the hints are very handy for sure. I mean, like, we could go through and like just do a quick little nmap and then, but this one just gives us the script already vulnerabilities, so we can check exactly what our scripts, what the ports are vulnerable to, which is handy for sure. So that's the command I used there, and you can see it up here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So as we can see, it went through everything here. It's kind of hard to get because it's so verbose. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So yeah, one host scanned. They have, these are a bunch of different ports here that they have here. So we'll scroll up here to the top about the different resets they had here. Let me try to get this out of the way here. So we can see that they went through each port, checked. There's a remote desktop denial of service. We're not going to be using that one just because of the denial of service vulnerability. We want remote execution. So there's a few ones that they checked here. These are the host scripts here. This is the one that we want. So as we can see, it checked for a few other vulnerabilities, CV 2012, and it says denied. And then MS61 denied, but they just found one. This is MS1710. This is what we're looking for here. But remote execution vulnerability in Microsoft SMB servers and is vulnerable. High factor, critical remote execution vulnerability exists in Microsoft services. So, and there's a bunch of links here too. So, like, because it's not all bad guys that use this. Good guys use this as well to make sure that our machines are up to date and we're not having any vulnerabilities. So like there's stuff that is good for that. So yeah, this is what is this machine vulnerable to. So you can see that the one that we're checking is MS1710. And bingo, this is correct. So now we're on to the funds part here. I'll clear. So clear just clears the screen so we can keep it a little bit better here. Everyone on point there with that? Just making sure here. Let me know in the chat if there's any issues here. This is a meta exploit, so this is going to be our tool to actually hack the machine. So I just grabbed this from here. It's kind of just how you use it when you remember it here. This is how we open it on Linux. So this takes a little bit to load up because there's so many tools, so many payloads to load up. So we'll start it up and we'll get into the fun part here. We still got 50 minutes, doing good, I think. Look at the duck. They got little funny logos that they got going on for this. Here, let's see once it loads up here. It takes a while. It's surprisingly, and yeah, you can see 2,461 exploits, 1,472 payloads, encoders, auxiliary, post evasions. Like these are quite loaded. This is a quite loaded tool for sure. So let's see if it loads up here. It's taken a good while. But we'll want to remember this here. So have that copied up. Oh, there we go. We're up. So we want to try to find the exploitation, like the exploit that we're looking for. And just like it's an automated tool, it makes it a lot easier for us to do that. So we can just run a quick search on it. And we'll put in the vulnerability that we're looking for to see if there's anything there. And This will take a little bit too as well because there's a lot of exploits to go through. But yeah, if you just run a quick search with the vulnerability we're looking for, we'll see what Metasploit has here for us. Yeah, it's going through here. Yeah, it takes a good little bit. Yeah, there's a lot of waiting around for this one. So I swear it gets cool, but we're just searching for what we're looking for here for the payload. Yeah, you can see that this is what they search MS. You can check that too. So that's what the hint says there too. I just searched the vulnerability so we can hopefully get the issues smaller there. So there we go. Look at that. We're up. Eternal blue. This is what we're looking for. We got lots. So there's a lot going on here for a little bit, but if you scroll up, we're looking for an exploit. And yeah, right here. Exploit SMB, Eternal Blue, Windows kernel pool corruption. This one looks like what we want, and yeah, Windows target, Windows 7. Like this is the big boy one that we want. So we'll go through and we'll just hit use 0. And there we go. We're set up. Now it's loaded. And well, here, let me do a quick paste because the question asks for that here. So the question wants what one we're looking for here. So we'll paste here, check to see if we're right. And come on here. Paste. And bingo, we're up. So we're ready to go. And we're not fully ready yet because we got to actually set up what our payload's going to be. So we got to look for what we want to be changing. And then we can look at the description here to see what options we have. So we have our host, which is the target host, which there's nothing set. So that might be one that we might need to look at. Our port, which because of it being an SMB, that this is the port that is going to be open if this is ever vulnerable. So that's the one. That's the one that we don't need to change. But there's one that the one that we need to change is our host for sure, because we want to select what host we want. So, and then we can just do a quick set our host, and then we'll grab our target IP, quick paste, bingo. Now, so it also says usually it'd be fine to run this exploit, but for the sake of learning, we should do one more thing before exploiting. So they want to reverse TCP payload as well. So this adds a basically allowing us to have a backdoor into the machine. So that's the payload that we're sending with it. And yeah, let me know if there's any issues there. If not, I'm just going to do a quick little run. And then that's going to start our exploit. And bingo. So sometimes if it crashes, you might need to run it again. But that's the thing. So yeah, confirm if it's ran properly. That's what it says pretty much there. And then it's going to set up a bunch of sessions for it as well. But we'll see here. And it wants us to drop it into a background shell there as well, because we want to escalate our shell once we get, like we're in already. That's the fastest I've had it ever, I think. So right now, we're in Windows 32, System 32. So that's good. So like this is us on the vulnerable machine right now. I'm running the dir commands. I want to see if and we can't really do anything like right now. We have access to the System 32, but if we ever want to have to run things and create our own, and basically hide our tracks, because in the hacker's mind, we want to be able to hide our tracks, create our payload, create our execution privileges, and then just basically being able to run whatever we want. So we don't have that execution for that because of us just first getting a base level shell. So we got to escalate this shell. So this is where we'll do a Control Z, to drop out of this to put it into the background. And there we go. We got a background session. So if I go here, sessions, we can see that my session's still going. It's just sitting there, and it's just a shell. There's nothing really to other than us just being having reading privileges, but we want write, we want everything. So that's where we got to go through, and we got to background our shell here. And yeah, we want to convert our shell into a different part of Metasploit. It's a tool. So I'll look up here, but we have one here. I can provide this in here. This one was a little bit more on the difficult side to find because there's a bunch of different resources for it, but I found it on the walkthrough here. So if you look at the walkthrough, they just went through and they just used this payload to switch to switch the shell here. This one. Let me paste it into the chat here. This is the command you're going to use when you drop back out into Metasploit here. And yeah, this is the one here. Well, this is kind of all messed up there, but I will put it here, post multi manage shell to Matterport. I think, did I type the whole thing? I might have missed a bit here. TER. Oh, did I? Oh, I spelled it wrong. That's why. TER. There we go. So that's right there. I'm going to make sure I copy this properly for you guys here. But this is what we're going to want to set up here. Yeah, that's right. Thank you. I'm just trying to. Oh, it was cut off. I think that's on my side. Okay, great. So we'll just do a quick use on this one. Set up because our session's still running in the background, so we have time to keep. We have as much time as we really want until hopefully it doesn't drop us out, but we should be good. What is this one using? Yeah, there we go. We're up now. Okay, cool. So this one's set up now. Show options. And yeah, so we basically, because we already have it set up in a session, we don't have to reconnect. So that's the good thing. We can just set up our session. And my session ID is 1. You can see up here I have sessions. Just run sessions and you should be able to pull it up here. Oh, sessions. And that should show you where your shell is, and that's your ID. So that's the one we got to set up here. So we'll set session to 1. Oh, hold up. 1. There we go. Now options. Let's see what shows up here. Yes, there's our session. Yeah, so that's our session 1, and it's pretty much let's make sure that I was changing the right one. Yeah, we're good. So it is sessions, and yeah, we'll set and list all the sessions to find your target. We're good. If this doesn't work, try completing the exploit from the previous task 1 more time. So we'd have to basically retry. So if this doesn't work, we're going to have to retry, but we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So do a quick run. Let's upgrade the session. And here, let's see how this goes. Start a reverse TCP handler. And okay, now let's wait here. It did this post-mod. This is what I was having issues with the other night when I was redoing this one. But it's pretty much hopefully we'll see if it pops up here. Oh, it's freezing, I think. Maybe. Okay, give it a little bit. We'll see if it tells us what session that it created, because that's the session we're going to start using to actually exploit and go through our whole thing there too. Let's see if it does anything here. I don't see anything here yet. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So sometimes it takes a little bit, but I'll show you what you need to see for it to make sure that it worked here. Once it goes through, it'll tell us what session that we're going to have access to for Metaperturbator. I think that's what it is. I was butchered that one totally, but we'll see if it goes through here. just clicking enter to see if I can get it to pop up here. If not, I might need to run it again, but I don't think I have any sessions set up yet here. Sessions. No, it's still not there. Let's try another run here. Let's see if this will, let's see. I did it one other time where it ran and it didn't do it, and then I ran it again and then it worked fine, but we'll see here. Okay, that was a little bit faster here. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. So there we go. Session 2 opened. That's what we want to see. That gives us access to a session that we're going to actually be able to, that we have our execution context and our authority, like our admin system in there. So that's what we want. And yeah, you can hit enter, just get out of that. Now we can go sessions 2. And there we go. That's what we want to see, that we have that set up there. And that's our session set up properly. So now that is completed. Once it again, select the session for use, verify that we have the NR authority system. So if we get system to confirm this, so we can run this here. Let's check and see if we actually have our system there. Oh, already running as system. Is that the right one there? Or who am I? Oh, who am I? What am I? Wonder if it here. Let's see if it shows here. Well, it does show that we actually have the system here. So I think that we're good. I said get system. Sometimes their instructions might be a little bit outdated for the stuff that happens, but we'll see here. We'll see if we can get through this here. List all the processes with the PS command. So PS just basically lists all running processes on the system that we're trying to hack into here. So, and I had a good, oh, can I not see that? Well, there's the PIDs here. Yeah, so there's the PIDs. This is basically the ID of the system here. And we can see that these ones are running as NT authority system. This means that these have admin privileges. And because our exploit, we need to basically convert our shell and basically convince another process to run our payload as an administrator. So then that gives us access. So that'll allow us to escalate. So we got to basically piggyback on one of these admin privileged executables. And that's how we're going to try to get through here. Yeah, there we go here. Cool. And yeah, then running the PS command, write down the process. I had good luck with cron host here, so we're going to write down a few of these here. Oh, I don't want to delete. I don't want to control C out of here, but we're going to try writing a few of these ones down here. I'm going to try a few of these. Sometimes our migrate, it's the migrate command sometimes works, sometimes doesn't. So it's kind of like a bit iffy. So try a few and we'll see if we can get it to work here. I'm trying CMD and I'm trying cron host, but they're all running under the authority system, which is what we want. And yeah, so migrate to this process. So migrate, and then we'll just run we'll do cron host first. Con host, sorry. I say cron host, but it's con host. That's a admin ran process. So we'll see if we can get access here. Session closed. Oh no. Oh no, it crashed. So I think I might need to reload it here. If here, we'll see how this goes here. Sometimes it's a bit iffy with these exploits. That's the thing. Okay. So I think our session died. So hopefully you guys didn't have this issue. I didn't have this issue when I ran it one other time, but we'll try. I got to go back up here and run again here because I need a interpreter here set up. So I am getting delayed slightly, but hopefully we'll be good here. We still got 35 minutes left on our box, so we got lots of time to get through here, but hopefully we can get through in good time here. Is anyone else having issues with this as well? Sometimes it's iffy because of these, like you're running on like actual live machines. So it's kind of like there's a lot of iffy things that can happen on the computers, just like how like turning on, turning off sometimes fix things. It's like, it's a bit iffy for sure. Okay, let's see this. This one did not work here again. Oh. Oof. I think I got a little bit too iffy with this one. I ran it twice. If it will run here properly. Come on, give me the session. Give me the session. No, but I had multiple times to get session 2. Okay. Yeah, it's so iffy with these tools, but it's like they work usually like pretty flawlessly. But like if they don't work, it's like pretty much just gotta try again. But that's the thing for sure here. Let's see if I can get this. Okay, it stopped this here. I'm just trying to see if I can get it to pop up here. Let's see if I can get it to run here. Upgrading my session 1 shell. Yeah, so it's just pretty much if it doesn't work, then just close out of it, run again, see what happens here, and see if we can get our session here set up. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, hopefully we should be good here. It's sending the stage 2 here. So yeah, and if you can get migrated over to the different process, then you should be in like good shape. Like that's pretty much like you're good to go at that point. For the rest of this, I know you guys can probably go for it faster than me as I'm getting totally messed around right now. Oh, there we go. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, did it just stop it? Come on. Oh, there we go. Okay, we're good. Session 3 is open. Okay, let's make sure that we're on the good one. Yeah, there we go. Session 3. Sessions 3. There we go. Good. So you can see we're running as an authority system at John PC. So we're one of the users. That's how we got in. But we want more than that. We want full access. So yeah, we'll try to find another PS here. Yeah. So sometimes you probably won't be able to use the same IDs as me, but we'll just try here. CMD exe. Let's try this one here. Migrate CMD. Okay. Let's see if we can get it to work here. Hopefully it doesn't crash my my shell again here. Hopefully everyone's sticking around here. It might be a bit. Oh yeah, did you create notes during the initial few days of your journey? Have all these comments along with their purpose listed out. I can imagine it'd be difficult to have all these memorized, especially during the first few days. Yeah, notes are definitely handy for sure. Like I did that for a good little bit, was creating notes whenever I was going through these labs, because a lot of these labs, they end up like they go through so much and you can't remember a lot of it. So notes are definitely handy if you want to try to retain a lot of the knowledge. But a lot of these, like as long as you kind of have some sort of exposure to it, then that kind of gives you a good upper hand at least to it, because it's like at least you've seen and ran some of these tools, and you've kind of like, and when you see it in the future, you'll kind of like know kind of what to do, and you'll know what resources to look for. Oh, are we in? It looks like it crashed here again. Let me try again here. Sorry, I'm at the same time I'm talking, but yeah, notes are definitely handy for sure. I do recommend that. Here, let's try SVC host here. Oh wait, no, we want /system. That's probably why. Let's try VDS here. Some might work. Migrate's it says it's not very stable. So it's kind of just try whatever you can get here. I hope that answered your question a little bit. But yeah, notes are definitely handy for sure. If you want to try to retain it, notes are handy. Even like if you create like a little GitHub for it and you want to just like do little like readmes for notes, then like that's totally cool too. Like that keeps it all. Then that keeps your GitHub commits up too. So that's the thing for sure. Oh, call stack. Oh my, this is causing issues. We're trying here. This is what happens. You got to be persistent. These hackers are persistent. So, here, migrate. Come on here. Is yours crashing too, Jaden? Mine's crashing hard. Cannot migrate. Try, so it should be the ones at the bottom, they say. So we'll keep trying to see what, oh my, this is going crazy. Clear. Oh, clear. I don't know. I kind of need to clear, but here, let's try to do another PES here. I've never seen this many times of it failing. So that's quite, just keep trying. You shouldn't ruin too many things, but trying to get it to load here. Wow. It always happens on the live demos when everything just goes to straight hell here. Come on. Oh no. Cannot migrate. Runtime error. I'm wondering if my shell is getting absolutely dumped right now. Okay, let's try an exit here. It died here. I'm going to try to create another one here. Hopefully, let's just make sure that my session is still good here. Sessions 1. I want to make sure that everything's still set up here. DIR. Yeah, I still have access, so what am I? Who am I? Yeah, so I did end up getting an NR Authority system, but I want to use the tool because you get to use Linux commands in it. So that's the cool thing for sure. You can walk through it all, but the Linux commands are handy as hell. So I'm going to try again here. If not, I am going to Control Z here. I'm going to get out of this box here. So Control Z lets you background the session so you can load it up later. But here we'll do this again here. Run. Okay, come on. Come on, please. Are you still having the issue, Jaden? Are you in yet at all? Like, is there any, is it still causing those issues? You might need to restart it. Oh, you restarted again? Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here, hopefully. Yeah, here we go. Okay, that's first try. That's pretty nice. Come on, come on. Give me the money. There we go. Session 4. Okay, I'm just going to let it chill. Let it do whatever it wants. I feel like I'm breaking things when I get too spammy with it. So we'll see what happens here. Okay, we got 13 minutes left. I got 27 minutes left on the box. So we can keep going for as long as we need to get this done for. We're almost done, 71%. It doesn't take long once we get in, but just the getting in part is where things are happening to cause us issues here. Sessions 4. So I'm joining in. There we go. So if you ever missed that part, I did it 3 times. So that should give you a lot of stuff to go off of here. Okay, here we go. Cron host, this is what we want. Con host here. Let's go migrate. Come on, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Pray, 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 pray. Oh no. Oh no. It timed out and then it died. Oh no. Oh no, this is not good. Here. Like we did escalate it though. We're just trying to get our interpreter going here. Sessions. This is so rough here. I've never had this. I swear I've never had these many issues with it. We're trying again. We should be able to restart the VM once the hour. That's only okay. So that's the issue is that if the hour runs out, because we're on the free tier, we won't be able to extend it by an hour. But that's so if you end up getting onto the profession, like it sucks. It's like we won't be able to go free, and you can only do it once a day. So it's like we only got one shot at it today in 26 minutes. Hopefully, we'll be good here. Post it has completed here. That doesn't look great. But where's my payload here? Let's run again here. Oh, I broke it. I'm getting spammy. I've never had this happen to me, and doing the live one, that's the thing. It's like it takes some time, I guess. I guess if we had if it was a YouTube video, we'd be able to cut at this point until I get in. But yeah, see, yeah, but live we can't. Okay, let's see if we can get this going here. Come on. I don't know why it's timing out and then it crashes immediately too. I don't think anything's wrong with the shell that I made, but okay, come on. Come on, send the rest of the payload. 5th time's the charm. I know. I know. Is anyone else having these issues? Are they past me by now? Because it's like this is this is crazy. I've never seen it. Usually it's pretty fast, but yeah, then we gotta basically find the flags and crack the one password that there's in there too. So I don't know if I have I'm on session 3. I'm still having the same issue. Yeah. Weird. So weird. I don't think we did anything different. Like shield escape. Can only navigate on it. I don't know. It's being a pain. Is this the right one that I used? I'm pretty sure I used the right one here. GitHub min exploit issues, run shell interpreter. Is this causing issues here? I'm looking at a GitHub repo right now to see if there's anything going on here. I don't know. Okay, come on. Come on, baby. If not, if anyone else is willing enough to go through the demo here, I think I might be able to go through just by in the shell. I don't know if I need the interpreter, but I think it just gives us the tools for Linux to be able to run on. And then it just converts the tools automatically. Oh, there we go. Okay, come on. I don't know what try this is, but this is like we're getting out there 6 or 7 at least of attempt. That's crazy. So crazy. It broke. Like the crazy thing is that a lot of people are having these issues too. So it's like I don't think anything we're doing is wrong, really. Come on here. Give me the session. It's stopping it. Ah, there we go. Okay, we're up. We're up. Session 5. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it. Just gonna leave it. Hopefully it figures it out. It's so slow. That's just crazy. Okay. If this one doesn't work, then I think I'm just gonna play around, just trying to do it all through the Linux, like the Windows, like actual shell we have. So we might not be able to use all the tools, but I'll try my best to convert them to Windows here. Sessions here. Okay, sessions 5. Okay, there we go. Okay, come on. PS. Okay, come on. We'll do. These guys are breaking me. Let's try this one. SVC host here. SVC host here. Let's see how this one works here. Migrate. Okay, come on. Operation failed, but access denied. Okay, that's slightly better here. Let's do VDS 2584. Access denied. Oh, I mean, this is a little bit better. 16. Come on. Come on. Give it to me. Ah, there we go. Migration completed successfully. So I used a cron host here. Try that, see if that works for you. But yeah, we're in. Now I should be good. So I've elevated shell privileges in interpreter here. So I can just do a quick hash dump here. And this is where we're going to actually find where, okay, I think there was some error running it, but up here, this is what we're looking for. This is actually this is what is here. The name of the default non-default user. So we have administrator and guest. Those are default users on Windows. John is not, so we'll throw that in here. Look at that. There we go. Now copy this password to the file and research how to hack it. So we're actually going to use a hack. I'm going to copy the whole hash here. We can actually use a John the Ripper. I think that's what we're going to use. We're going to use John the Ripper to break this. So we're going to brute force it by using like the most common hacking, most common passwords as a list, and that's what we brute force here. So I'm going to create a click. So vi, this is vim, and I'm just going to create a little hash.txt. This is going to create a file, and I'm in vim here. Paste. Now I got my hash in here, and then and then you hit exit, escape, and then :wq to escape vim. You might need to Google that. I had to Google that. Vim is questionable, but I quite enjoy it now. But we're gonna go through a quick. This is gonna go, and we're gonna do a quick. I'll paste the command in here that I have, but we're basically gonna go through and break it with our file name.txt. Okay, we're gonna go through that. I'm gonna just go through type here, John -- format. This is just showing our format null termination -- word lists equals /u sr /share /word lists rock u .txt. This is a famous one for all the different passwords, and we'll just do hash.txt, and that's gonna brute force it, and we'll just let John the Ripper go through, do its thing. Loaded one hash, and press Q to abort. There we go. Look at that. It's that easy. If it's surprisingly, that doesn't look that common of a password, but because of us using a computer to brute force it, it doesn't take that long, especially if it's not a very long password. And yeah, that's the password. So we basically just kept converting it into hashing, and then hashing it, and then checking what hash is valid, and then that's how we determined the password here. So we can go through and we'll check here to see if it's right. Look at that. We got a password. Broke into the password here. Yeah, now we can this was just kind of like a how to brute force into a password thing, but now we can actually go and try to find the flags, because we have we're an admin here, so we can just pretty much do whatever we want. So we're gonna look for here for some flags here, and flags are just like little text files that are just show us like a little blurb being like this is like a flag or something like that, and that's like basically just kind of showing us that we can get around on the system and own the system, because we found all these files, all these secrets pretty much. So that's all it is. So flag 1, this can be found at the system root. So if a lot of people have default system, they can determine what your system usually is. But usually I'd say my system root would be my C drive or like my main Windows drive. So if we did this here, we'll go to C drive. Let's see if and then we'll go dir, check to see what, oh, look there. Does anyone see what we seem to have here? Flag 1. So let's do a quick cat. That's concatenate, so it'll basically print out what is printed here. Flag1.txt. Look at that. Access the machine. That's flag 1. It was that easy here. Hopefully everyone's having decent time. Hopefully you were able to get through all those issues. I barely got through those issues, but we got it there. Yeah, this one's flag 2, can be found at the location where passwords are stored on within Windows. And Windows isn't like the location of this flag. Occasionally you can delete it. May be necessary in some cases to terminate or restart the machine to find the flag. Relatively rare, but this can happen. Oh no. So something could happen. But let's just try something first. Let's see if this will work here. I'm going to just try to do a search on the system for flag. Let's see if they have the same name convention. TXT. Let's see if we can find it. So I just did a quick search here. Let's see if this one is a common, like if that's what they're keeping the names as. Because if it is, it just makes our job easier. Let's just find all the flags. So let's see here. It's still loading. Takes a bit to do the searching. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We did find one. They did keep the same name. So that might be why it's easier. But we have 15 minutes. We got time. Here, now let's go into Windows. Also, I had an issue with this before. You can only do one at a time when you're on Windows. You can only, what's going on here? Change directory and then let's see if I'm in the right one. Yeah, we're in the right one. Oh, I gotta scroll up here. So you can only change directory one at a time, which makes it a pain, but close this and add an hour from terminating. Okay, stop bugging me. Stop kind of bugging me. Change directory. Oh, come on here. System 32. dir. Looks like we're in system 32 again here. I'm popping these up. This is crashing hard. And then I think we're in config, and then that's where it is here. Change directory config. And then dir. Let's check here. See if we can see. Oh, like there we go, flag 2. So let's do a cat flag2.txt. And look at that, it's elevated access. We'll copy that flag, paste it in, and there we go. So now we're looking for the flag 3 now. Oh, are you good here? Sessions are still dying. Oh no. Yeah, go through the challenge again, Jaden, if you have time for sure. That's unfortunate though. Mine barely survived, but yeah, as you can see, you just gotta keep trying. After excellent location to look for loot. After all, administrators usually have interesting things saved. I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did last time. I mean, you want to work harder. Do you want to work smarter, not harder? So I'm just gonna do a flag 3, see if I can find where it is. I gotta do a -F for my flag here. My file. Let's see if this will show anywhere. Oh, look at that. That was easier. So it's on John's page here. So we got documents here. And I wonder if I could just do a quick cat of this here. Let's see if I can just cat from here. That would be handy if I can. Copy. Cat. Oh, no. So I'm going to have to go back in here. So let's change directory. C drive here, and then change directory users, change directory John, change directory documents, and dir. Let's see if we got it. Look at that, we're in documents, and you can see flag is in there, cat flag.3.txt, and admin documents can be valuable. Look at that. And there we go, bingo. I think we're good. I think that's everything. And we did it with record timing. 11 minutes spare. It says 30 minutes, but sometimes things can happen. So I'd say, oh, look, there we go. Congratulations. That is great. Okay. Sorry if I went through a little bit fast. Yeah, Jaden, you want presenter mode? Yeah, here, I'll give you, if you want to put your mic on or anything like that too. Oh, I didn't mean to take everyone's mic privileges away, but I'm going to give everyone back here. If anyone wants to chat or turn their mic on or anything like that, then they can go through that. Okay, you guys got presenter mode there. But yeah, that's the gist of the workshop here. And if you need any, no, that's all good, Jane. And if you need any more assistance for this one, you can go through and you can search up Blue Room for Try Hack Me. And there's tons of resources, way better YouTubers than myself, but I'm trying. So there's tons of like resources you can go through if you want to keep going through these Try Hack Me's. I recommend. They're definitely really cool, and there's tons to do. So as in summary, remote execution, as we said here, it's a very high severity exploit that we just did on a Windows machine. And yeah, basically allowed us to send malicious data to the target machine and execute code without authentication. So basically we were like setting up our own servers to connect into. I'll send out the recording on our Discord. Are you in the Discord, Jaden? Okay, good. So when we do a post on YouTube, you'll see it there, and that's where the recording will be. And yeah, you'll be able to see it there for sure. Okay. And you'll get notified on the Discord. If you look here, I'll see if you go into the YouTube uploads, it will basically notify out every time we make a post, and I'll post one there for sure there too, just to make sure it goes there. So awesome. Thank you. Yeah, basically, in prevention measures for this one was basically updating your Microsoft. Yeah, I'll share the YouTube link once I get it posted up here. And disable SMB version 1 because that was what we got through. And yeah, security patches and use a firewall to block the ports from internet access. So that's basically the prevention methods at least to do that too. So it's good to kind of understand what we did on like a high level and actually do what we did, like hands-on doing it, and then understanding what we actually were kind of doing to this machine to get this to work. So it's kind of interesting for sure. Yeah, if there's any questions, let me know. Open floor. I made everyone presenters, so if you want to unmute on camera, whatever, you can do that. But if not, that is it for me at least. So yeah, thank you for attending, and I hope you gained some information about this, and you hopefully might have found a new interest for cybersecurity. And yeah, it can definitely be a cool thing to do for sure. So yeah, was there here general question, apart from TryHackMe, what are some other resources you tried using during your journey? TryHackMe was definitely one of the bigger ones. Other than resources for projects and that stuff, using like, if you look up ideas for projects that you were like, so let's say you want to get into a certain field or a certain job, or if you know what company you kind of want to work for, you could like look up like projects that they worked on and try to see if you can find their tech stack. And that definitely helped for sure, is if you can find their tech stack and like build a project that using those tools, then like they see that they're like, oh, like you have experience in these tools because you built a project like over the weekend or something like that. Use ChatGPT to help you through the project, like build it out over the weekend, and then like that gives you experience to put on your resume for like, especially for students and like co-ops and like stuff like that, and new grads, because it's like we're just entry, we're just new into our career, so it's like we can only really do stuff at home. And yeah, so I say that's definitely like looking up and like researching into what jobs you're wanting and kind of like tailoring your resume, going to resume workshops, making sure your resume is up to par, and then basically that's when you go through the full submitting process, because as long as you tailor your resume, and that helps you be a little bit more direct with your applying for sure. Sorry if that was a bit of a long ramble answer to that, but I think, did I cover it a little bit? Was that good? Okay, awesome, Sid. Also, am I pronouncing it right? Is it Sid? Is that how I pronounce it, or am I saying it, butchering it totally? Seed? Sade. Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry, the Western accent and being able to understand or pronounce words, that's the Baron of the existence. But okay. Wonderful. Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, if I for sure we'll definitely try to keep up with this stuff. We have a lot of workshops planned in the future here. We got a couple months here of in June here, June, July, and I think we have some in August as well. But we're hoping to get them all posted out and on the platform here soon, so people can see them. So great. I hope you guys enjoyed. So thank you, and yeah, have a good night.